The 3 best and the 3 worst foods that you can eat for your acne. Okay, I think at this point we know that food is not the only thing that causes acne, but I think also at this point we do all know that food does play a part in it. And being somebody who came from extremely severe cystic acne, I can attest to this. I've eaten things that have caused me to have worse acne, and I've definitely eaten things that have improved my acne. So I actually made a video similar to this a few years back, and I wanted to update this and give you guys the 3 best and the 3 worst foods that you can eat for your acne, because it got a great reception and I've seen loads of people improve their acne by watching the first one. So I had to do a part 2. Let's get into this. All right, now let's go into the 3 best foods that you can eat. And I want to just quickly remind everybody that these are not the only foods that are good for your acne. These are just some of the best ones. And I might get a little sciencey here. I might quote some studies. Bear with me. This is really good information. All right, number 1, Brazil nuts. These have a huge amount of selenium in them. Now, when I heard about selenium, I didn't even know what it was. Literally just going about my life without knowing what selenium was. But apparently this is a really important vitamin that we need every single day, and a lot of people are deficient in, actually a crazy amount. So I started eating 1 Brazil nut every day. That's generally enough to get your entire daily serving. And I almost immediately saw improvements in how my skin texture was feeling. Like it just felt smoother. And so I've just been doing that pretty much since then, just a Brazil nut every single day. Now they've done studies to actually prove this. So let me read a quote from a study real quick. Low levels of blood selenium have also been documented in patients with acne. In a study of 47 women and 42 men with acne vulgaris, it has been shown that after 12-week supplementation of vitamin E and selenium, the skin condition improved. Number 2, beans, nuts, seeds, and oats. Any and all of those. They are heavy in zinc. Zinc is very important for your skin health and also has been shown to improve your acne. This is another vitamin that so many people are deficient in, especially in North America. And you can obviously supplement this. That is a very easy way to do it, like a multivitamin or an actual zinc supplement. But again, yeah, you can get it from those foods. You can get it from tofu. You can get it from a ton of different things. So however it is that you need to get zinc in, it can improve your acne. Let me read a quote from a study. In early studies on the influence of zinc on human skin conducted by Michelson and Fitzherbert in the 1970s, it has been shown that acne improved with oral zinc supplementation in zinc deficient patients. Later studies have confirmed that patients with acne often are deficient in zinc, and its oral supplementation has a positive effect on treatment of acne vulgaris. And that brings me to number 3, which is vegetables. Now, bear with me, I know, but the reason why is because vegetables have a high amount of polyphenols and antioxidants, as well as prebiotic fiber. The vegetables that I really think are great are red cabbage, which is one of the most nutrient-packed vegetables of all time, broccoli, kale, but really anything that has color, anything that's cruciferous or really crunchy are all gonna be really good for you. Dude, I get it. You've heard to eat vegetables and you've heard to drink a lot of water, but why is it really actually so important? Well, it's been shown in so many different studies that antioxidants, the things that are in vegetables, polyphenols as well, have an anti-inflammatory effect, and inflammation is what acne is, right? It's an inflammatory disease. And so if you can cause yourself to have less inflammation, it oftentimes will reduce the amount of acne that you have. Yeah, so the reason I said antioxidant and fiber combo is because having prebiotic fibers, which is basically just fiber that you get in from food, vegetables, grains, oats, rice, anything that has fiber, that feeds the good bacteria in your gut. And what we found is that having a good microbiome of bacteria in your gut is anti-inflammatory, again, which helps you get away from something called leaky gut syndrome, which is a huge cause of acne for so many people, including myself back when I had really severe acne. But also by feeding the good bacteria with that prebiotic fiber, you allow your gut microbiome to start having higher amount of that good bacteria versus the bad bacteria. And when you get away from having a really high amount of bad bacteria, which is called dysbiosis. When you get away from that, people's acne improves. And this is a really, really cool thing. In the Kaufman study, in which patients with acne consumed daily 30 grams of high fiber breakfast cereal, a significant improvement in the skin condition was shown. In Smith et al. Study, after introduction of a low glycemic load diet, improvement in the skin condition was noticed. Researchers suggested that it could be an effect of large amounts of dietary fiber in this kind of diet. So there we have it, 3 of the best foods that you can eat to actually improve your acne. Brazil nuts, seeds, and beans, and vegetables and things that are loaded up with fiber. Okay, so now we know how we can improve acne that we already have, but how can we prevent acne from occurring? How can we keep ourselves from producing new acne by eliminating 3 of the worst bad foods that definitely cause acne? Let's get into this. Number 1, alcohol. Now, the reason why is because alcohol leads to gut inflammation. It's just hard on the body to process. It's technically a toxin. And another thing that alcohol does is it kills all bacteria, good and bad. So when you're consuming it often or a large amount of it, you're actually destroying that gut microbiome that we were talking about earlier. And people who do not have a healthy gut microbiome oftentimes have inflammatory diseases just like acne. So if you're someone who tends to drink alcohol daily, like a beer or 2 after, work or wine, this can actually be a huge cause of your acne. So I would say try to drink less of it if you are doing it daily. Maybe just try to do it a week or something like that. And if you're somebody who tends to binge and drink a ton of alcohol on the weekends every week, this can really, really have a, devastating effect on your gut microbiome. So I would definitely say, if possible, cut it out all the way. If not possible, just cut it way back. Number 2 is dairy. Now, whether that's consuming actual milk in a glass, or it's things like cheeses or sauces like ranch. So, pizza, nachos, mozzarella sticks, ranch, any sort of sauces that are dairy based, they can all cause acne for quite a few different reasons. Now, one of the most common things that people know is that a lot of people are lactose intolerant, or not completely intolerant, but it just doesn't mesh well with them. You probably know someone like this, or maybe you're someone like this. You get really gassy, you just don't process it well. And this is just because you don't have enough of an enzyme called lactase to break down the lactose in dairy. So if you can't break it down all the way, it's going to cause inflammation. Inflammation is going to cause acne. Now, another thing that we definitely know from studies is that it causes an increase in something called mTOR, and mTOR is basically just something that signals to your sebaceous glands to produce more oil. So you are just literally creating more of the fuel that, when it gets clogged, causes pimples. Now, the last problem with dairy is that most people are getting it from mass production farms. So they're using a lot of antibiotics. They're also using a lot of steroids. This is proven that there are a lot of steroids in dairy, and then we get that as a byproduct. What this does to our body is it increases our production of something called DHT, which is dihydrotestosterone. This again signals to your sebaceous glands to create more sebaceous oil, and that oil, when clogged, creates acne. Now, this one is near and dear to my heart because I found out that my acne was heavily caused by dairy. I was having a gallon of milk every single day, trying to get gains in the gym and stuff. And because I was doing that, I was really exacerbating my cystic acne. At any point, I would have 3, 4, 5 cysts. And when I took that dairy out, I saw such a huge improvement. And so I went from just scaling back the dairy to completely removing it. And when I did that final step, I just saw, like, out of anything I've ever done, that's the thing that improved my acne the most, is just 100% getting rid of the dairy. So definitely worth a try for you. And number 3 is deep fried, heavily oily foods. So this is things like onion rings and French fries and mozzarella sticks and hash browns, and really just all of the best tasting foods. I know this is kind of hard to hear because, yeah, those things are freaking delicious, but we've definitely been able to prove with scientific studies that high consumption of fats, especially that deep fried saturated type of fat, increases acne through that same signaling pathway of increasing mTOR and increasing oil production. So I'm not telling you that you can never enjoy anything ever again. I'm not telling you have to survive on literally just like vegetables. It's not that serious. But what I am telling you is that you now have tools, because you have more knowledge on what you can try and take less of into your body and what you can try to have more of. That way you can start to move the scales. And honestly, acne to me is not just a one factor thing. And so having tools in your arsenal when you are, for example, about to go in front of a bunch of people, on stage, or you're about to do, a photo shoot, it's really helpful to not just hope and pray that you won't have acne, but actually have tangible tools that you can use to reduce the amount of acne you're gonna have and improve your skin texture. Again, this is something I've been through, and so I just want to impart my knowledge and help you guys because it's near and dear to my heart, because I know how difficult it can be to feel like you're out of control. I actually created an acne program. It's called the Acne Method, and if these tips resonate with you, if you try these and they help improve your acne, you see actual improvements, I really, really recommend you checking out my program, because what I did is basically just went through all the science that nobody really wants to read through, but I'm kind of a geek and I really get into it, and I just distilled it into 10 steps that cost $10. Super affordable, so everybody can do it. And a ton of people, literally hundreds of people, have now gone through the program and have seen their acne either improve or go away all of the way. So I highly recommend checking that out. I'll put a link to that in the description below. And if you're looking for a skincare product that can just immediately start helping, if you have mild to moderate acne, or if you are past the acne stage and you have acne scarring, I use Banish. It's been about 2.5 years that I've used Banish, and to me it's the best skincare brand out there because it's all based off of science. Like literally scientific studies are backing all of the active ingredients in every one of the products, which I think is really important. It's all also small batch made, so everything you're getting at the most is only a week old, so all the active ingredients are still active. It's also all vegan and all cruelty free. So if you want to check that out, you can use my code. It's Brian5 to get you $5 off. I'll put the link in the description below. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your feedback on this. Have any of these things actually helped your acne, or have you seen your acne get worse when you're eating some? Give the video a thumbs up. It helps get it out to more people. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And remember, you are not alone. You are beautiful. You are a part of Team Acne. I'll see you guys in the very next video.